Welcome everybody. It's January 2025 and we are back in the new year with German parliamentary elections. And yes, we are now 50 days away from election day in February 23, 2025. And yeah, that's the current state of the polls. We got some polls even during the holidays, and this is the development since November 2024. And what we can see here is that for the moment, the CDU-CSU, or called the Union, has a little uptick. So they are now again closer to the 35%. Now losing again is the AFD, who have been over 20% for a short time, but now they are going down more in the direction of, well, 17%. Same time, SPD slightly over 15% and winning again the Green Party, Alliance 90 the Green, and other parties ahead of BSW, Bündnis Sarah Wagenknecht, ahead of FDP, ahead of their left, and ahead of the Free Voters. And if we see at the most aggregated poll that we have, most recent aggregated poll, apologize, um, then we can see at the moment CDU CSU 39, no, 31.9%, SPD 16.2%, FDP not in parliament 4.0%. Then Alliance 90, the Greens, or Bündnis 90, die Grünen, 12.6%. The left, or Die Linke, 3.2%. AFD 19%. Free voters 0.5%. BSW 5.8%, and others 6.8%. In comparison to what we had last time, we can see that CDU-CSU lost slightly. The SPD won 0.4%. FDP unchanged. The Green Party lost 0.3%. The left won 0.3%. Then AFD won slightly, 0.1%. Free voters, well, depends on if voters have been asked for them. And then also losing to this time, BSW 0.2%. And then the same with the free voters, with other parties, sorry, 0.7%. And I must apologize that the last weeks, this chart wasn't correct. We have shown the previous previous poll numbers, and these were always the numbers from early December. This has been fixed now. Then, because we don't have many statistics this time, here's a little snapshot for North-Rhine Westphalia. And here are the numbers since November 20th, 2023. And here you can see, okay, that the CDU-CSU is, gaining ground in one of the largest states in Germany. SPD mostly stable, winning, and in the same position are Green Party and the AFD. Losing are FDP, left, BSW, and we can see that even other parties are less important. What would it look like now? By the way, even if this would be a state election, even there is a 5% threshold. So what does it look like? Well, at the moment, CDU-CSU would be the winner with, around 36%. SPD around 70.5% or 18%. FDP not in parliament below 5%. It's around 3% that we see here. Then Bündnis 90 die Grüne, Green Party, around 14%. Then the left, not in parliament, around 2%. AFD, around 40%, like the Green Party. Free voters, not included. And BSW, Bündnis Sarah Wagenknecht, also not in parliament, with around 4%. Other parties, well, around 9%. Then we also got some specific numbers for Bavaria. Bavaria, if you don't know, one of the most important states in Germany. It's in the south. And here we can see, okay, still the CSU. For those who don't know, the CSU, the sister party of the CDU, um, is a party that is only present in Bavaria. You can only vote for CSU if you live in Bavaria. Everywhere else in Germany is the CDU. CDU is Christian Democratic Union, and the CSU is the Christian Social Union. So for the moment, you can see here the CSU gain ground till, well, before the holidays. But then after that, the CSU lost some ground. And at the same time, you can see, well, the AFD won some percentage points, same as the Green Party. The SPD, well, it's mostly stable, maybe some careful losses, but not really. And then we see also very stable BSW, the left, and FDP. And this is something to highlight. In Bavaria, the CSU is governing together with free voters. But in this case, for the election for the German parliament, the free voters are not important, not even in Bavaria. So, what would it look like now? You can see here the CSU is slightly below 40%. In the best times, the CSU had always the majority in Bavaria. Then, followed by the SPD, this looks like 8.5%. Not in parliament would be the FDP. They are below the 5% threshold. Then, around 12%, the Green Party. Even not in parliament, the left, Die Linke, 2% or 1%. Then AFD, they have 12 to 13%. Then free voters, just in parliament, that's just enough if this would be a state election. And this is around 6 to 7%. Not in parliament as well is the BSW, Bündnis Sarah Wagenknecht. Then we have others, they are slightly over 11%. And yeah, the next steps, we will try to build a new, and not a new one, we will try to build a data model around census data for each state or Bundesland to better forecast the election. We already know how people vote for different parties based on the demographic data. Demographic features. And we will then try that we can use this data to better forecast the election. And again, just so that you are still aware of it, we have limitations. The BSW is still a relatively new party. We only had 3 state elections where the BSW has been on the ballot. Then the federal election system is different to state election systems in several states like Hamburg and Baden-Württemberg. And then there are a few organized data sets that are available in comparison to the US presidential election or even the elections in France. And also, there are fewer polls on state and federal level in comparison to the United States. And this is me. I'm Christian Kern. I'm a dropout from Georgia Institute of Technology. I got my Executive Master of Business Administration from Quantic School of Business and Technology in the US. I also have a Bachelor of Arts in Social Science at Bielefeld University, and among others, I have the Commercial Banking and Credit Analyst and Financial Modeling and Valuation Analyst certificate from the Corporate Finance Institute in Canada. Thank you for watching, and uh, we will be back next week with new numbers for you. And if you like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.